As well as the First Order Stormtrooper Squad Leader, I also got the Black Series 3.75 First Order Stormtrooper. I got this at Asda, they're £9. And the first time I've seen these ones in Asda, so I thought I'd pick it up. And this one's a super articulated Stormtrooper, so I'm going to take it out of the box and see what he can do. And, you know, it's nice to have two Stormtroopers here. And I can compare this one with the clone trooper, First Order Sargent as well, just to see how much better this one is. Okay, so cheers, bye. Okay, here we've got the Black Series First Order Stormtrooper in the middle, fully articulated 3.75. The clone First Order Sergeant, the Black Pauldron, he came with the vehicle, and a vintage Stormtrooper, and from 1970, the 70s and 80s, holding his blaster. Just put him in for comparison. This figure's really good. It's got great articulation. You can get him into two-handed pose, and he's got articulation at a ball head there. You can move his head up and down, left and right. The body's got really nice movement there around the torso, ball jointed shoulders, elbows, swivel wrist. Legs can move pretty far out, knees bend, ankles on joints as well, so it's got good articulation, this Stormtrooper. And yeah, it's a great figure, this one. So if you can find him at Asda or Walmart in the USA, I would say he's worth picking up. It comes with a smaller blaster as well, you can see that there. So it's quite a really nice figure. And this torso joint is really nice. You can move pretty far back and forward. Nice figure. Detail on the back. And let's compare him with this Sargent here. So detailings on both is really good, but this one's just slightly better because of the added articulation. Guns look the same. I'd say this one's got a bit more paint detail on the blaster. If you look at the back, this one's got more paint there. So it's a much better figure, better quality. You've got a black circle there, really nice. So let's look at the helmets. Helmets are the same, so must use the same head, just that this one's got more detail, like paint details. You can see on the chest there's a little black thing there, and this one hasn't got it. So the Black Series Stormtrooper, even though it's got a few paint marks, is a better figure. Definitely worth getting this one. And there's the old vintage Kenner Stormtrooper for comparison. So you've got three Stormtroopers separated by a massive amount of time. Great figures. Okay, so cheers, bye. So here's a really good look at the Stormtroopers. You got the Black Series fully articulated, not articulated, articulated 3.75 Stormtrooper, which is a really good figure. The vintage 78 Stormtrooper, the First Order Squad Leader, and the First Order Sargent Stormtrooper, which is just the basic 3.75 5-point of articulation Stormtrooper. And so you can compare, and you know, if you can find the Black Series one, I'd say that's the one to get. This one The squad leader looks really cool with the right pauldron and all that additional webbing, and the sergeant, because he comes with a vehicle, looks pretty cool as well. So, you know, you've got some really nice figures, and you've got the original Kenner Stormtrooper there as well to look at. This is what we had when we were kids. Love this figure. This is from my childhood. And then this one, which is really well articulated. If you can find him, definitely get this one. This one, because he's new, looks pretty cool with all the additional webbing. And then this one, which comes with a vehicle, the walker thing. Okay, so cheers, bye. Okay, so last look at these 3 Stormtroopers. They look really nice. Really would recommend this one because he's articulated. You can get him in some nice poses, and you know, I think the sculpting on this figure is a little bit better than on the 3.75 Stormtrooper. I mean the 5 points of articulation Stormtrooper, and with the additional articulation, this is what everyone wanted to begin with. And that's the Black Series Stormtrooper. It's got more detailing, paint apps. And then you've got the original Kenner Vintage as well to compare it to. Okay. The guns are pretty much identical. His has got a bit more paint application to it. Both look wicked though. And then you've got this one as well, the First Order Stormtrooper Squad Leader. Okay, so cheers, bye. Okay, here I've got my Trilogo Stormtrooper from about 83-84 with the First Order Stormtrooper Squad Leader, just to compare the two quickly. And you can see how things have changed over many a year. Both look really cool. Obviously this is worth a lot more. Trilogo, really thin bubble, really nice card. Here's the back of the card, shows 79 figures, the blacked out Ewoks as well. Really nice 3 logo card. First vintage Stormtrooper, and then you've got the Squad Leader, and then you've got this one as well, which is the Black Series Stormtrooper First Order, and he's got a lot of great articulation. It's amazing how the boxes have similar sort of colours, like the red and black. This has a red backing, this has a red backing, so does this one. It's really nice to see all of that. And there, 3 really great figures. Okay, so cheers, bye. So you can see the difference between the 2 figures. This one is your regular First Order Stormtrooper, just with the added pauldron there. And there's his blaster, looks pretty cool. And then you've got the Elite Speeder Bike Pilot, which is just a basic Stormtrooper with a wider stance and bendable knees. Pretty similar. Both have heads and ball joints. There's the helmet in black, looks pretty lethal, and then in white. Just like it in white, man, looks so much better. But both are cool figures, and people will want to army build these figures, I'm sure, even though they have limited articulation. Okay, so that's your First Order Sargent and Elite Speeder Bike. 2 nice figures. So here's some other First Order Stormtroopers and the Jakks Pacific Biker Scout, just to compare the new First Order's 18-inch Stormtrooper I've got. So there's that one, looks amazing. Then there's the Hasbro 12-inch First Order Stormtrooper, which, you know, not bad, but no way as good as the Jakks Pacific really. And then you've got the Biker Scout 18-inch by Jakks Pacific, which I got earlier this year. It's got some cool figures here. Look amazing. Here's the Jakks Pacific Stormtrooper with first order with the 3.75 Hasbro, the Riot Control Black Series, just to give a size comparison. I mean, they're all great. Really love this design now. It's really sort of, you know, you just got so used to this design now. This seems to be the natural looking way for the Stormtrooper. But, you know, great figures. If you're into the new movie and the new stuff, there's his gun. Got this at $12.99 at Argos, bargain. And here's another look at this. So he can't really do much, but he still looks pretty cool. Lovely detail there. And then you got this detail here. This is your Riot Control Stormtrooper, which is a cool figure, man. Detail on this figure is just top notch. Movement is fluid. Looks great. Just remember there's an issue with the feet being slightly bent on some of the figures, but this one looks pretty good. Yeah, looks wicked, man. Holds his gear okay. It's a lovely movement, this figure. Wicked looking figure. Okay, so it's your first order Riot Control Stormtrooper. Yeah, great figure. Cheers. Here's the Hasbro 12-inch First Order Stormtrooper next to the Hasbro 3.75 First Order Stormtrooper. So you can see they got quite a lot of detail into this little figure. And you can army build these. There's a articulated version that you can get at Asda or Walmart in the USA. And then there's this version here, which is the 12-inch version. That's just a size comparison. Okay. You can see this figure's way taller. But you've got a lot of detail in this little figure as well, even though it's only 5 points of articulation. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then here's this figure, which is a lot thinner. Okay, here we've got the Black Series, the First Order Stormtrooper, and I got it yesterday at Toys R Us in the UK. There was only one of them. It was buried behind other toys. So when I went there, I couldn't find any cool stuff, but this was, eventually I found this, and it looks like a really cool figure. A lot of reviews of this figure on YouTube already, so at the moment I'm going to keep it in the box. Just looks really cool, and you can see the nice artwork there. And this is actually a European box, so it's slightly different to a US box, but I'll show you in the back. But it's a cool figure, fully articulated, apart from the elbows with just single joints, but that's no problem. Comes with two blasters. You can see the blaster there, and the figure just looks cool. New artwork on the box, and the new style of packaging, the Black Series. Number 4 First Order Stormtrooper, and here's the back of the box. So this differs from the US issue. It's good that we're getting European boxes now instead of stickers. So it's got languages in English, French, German, and maybe Portuguese or Italian. We've got this warning here in about 20 odd languages of Europe. First Order Premium Order Stormtrooper. Sounds cool in German though. Est Commando. And there's the front of the box again. The box has a slot at the top, you can see down, but the figure just looks pretty awesome. And the SDCC version costs about 80 quid in the UK, so this is a much cheaper option. Though still this was expensive, it was £22 at Toys R Us in the UK, which is really expensive. Final look at this, the vintage 1983-84 Stormtrooper called Garde Imperial in France. Bubble's slightly yellow, this is a Meccano type bubble. Really nice figure. 3 logos, English, Spanish and French. Really nice. And there's the back of the card, Trilogo card. Really nice. Okay, so that's that one. Then you've got this one, which is the new Black Series 3.75. You can only get this in Asda in the UK or Walmart in the USA. Really nice, fully articulated First Order Stormtrooper. And then I also picked up this one, which is the Stormtrooper Squad Leader. And he's quite nice. I love the webbing he comes with. Okay, so final look. Cheers, bye.